welcome to another Lawn Fawn video. Today we are introducing our brand new note cards. I love these note cards so much. They come in 5 different colors and we have a pack of envelopes too. So let's go ahead and check them out. So with our Lawn Fawndamentals note cards, you get 8 note cards in a pack. You also get 8 envelopes in the envelope pack. So you can see here, they're nice white classic envelope. I love this great square flap fold. And here you can see all 8 cards that you get. Now these cards have some really awesome features. Number 1, they are made in the US, which is great. Number 2, they are 100-pound cardstock. So they're really thick, really sturdy. So you can put a bunch of stamped elements, some ribbon, etc. They're still going to stand up to that weight, which I love. They are a 4-bar size, which means 3.5 inches wide by 4 7/8 inches tall. So what I love about this size is it's still mailable with a normal postage stamp, but it's a little bit smaller, which I think makes it really cute. I love things that are mini. And they've got a great top fold, which is my favorite kind of card because I feel like they stand up really well and the fold doesn't get in the way of your cute design on your card. The other thing that I love about these note cards is that it makes for making really easy cards. You can just grab a note card, maybe you already have some things pre-stamped and colored, and you can easily add it really quickly and create an adorable card that would make anyone's day. These note cards come in 5 colors. We have freshly cut grass, sunflower, mermaid, wild rose, and hippo. And these colors also coordinate with our new Let's Polka collection, which is really great because you could mix and match them. And I love these colors because they could go for any kind of occasion, from feminine to masculine cards, birthday thank you, etc. They're just a nice color palette to use for your cards. So let's go ahead and create a fun card with one of these new note cards. I'm starting out with one of my all-time favorite Lawn Fawn sets, Say Cheese. And we are going to go ahead and stamp this great Polaroid image. Now I know I'm going to want this to really look like an old Polaroid, so I'm going to add the distress ink before I cut it out. I love antique linen for that great old kind of look on anything really. So I'm just going to go ahead and sponge some of this great aging ink on. And you don't want it to look perfect, you want it to be kind of splotchy because that's going to look more like an old Polaroid that way. And then we're going to go ahead and use the Say Cheese die to cut it out. Now when you cut the die out, you can see there's these holes here on the top and bottom. You're going to get a little template like this. What you're going to do is take this template, you're going to line it up with the stamped image, and then fill in these little registration marks. Then you're going to take your die and line up the circles with those black dots. Now that they're all lined up, I'll use some low-tack tape to keep my die in place, and then run it through my die cut machine. Then I can go ahead and remove my die, and I have a perfectly cut little Polaroid image. Now to give it a more finished look, I like to take a black marker and just go along the outsides of the die cut, and that just gives it kind of this finished look around the edges. So now that my Polaroid's all ready to go, I can start to work on the inside part. Now I like when the inside part is kind of behind the frame. So I've gone ahead and cut a square that's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, which will fit perfectly behind this Polaroid. So I'm just going to put that piece there that I've cut behind the Polaroid frame and just make some little tiny marks with my pencil in each corner just so I know where my images need to stay placed. Next, I thought it would be fun to use the Love You Ton set, I love this elephant, with some of the balloons from the brand new Hello Sunshine set. So we have our Love You Tons elephant stamped here, and I stamped him a little off to the side of that little tick mark that I made so that it kind of looks even more like a photo. I like having things go off the edge. And then the next step is to stamp some balloons. So I thought I'd pick 3 colors that match our note cards pretty well, and we're going to stamp a ton of balloons. I'm making sure to clean them off really well between stampings and also make sure to dry off the wetness of the baby white that I used to color or to clean it with. I also like to overlap the balloons. I think it gives a cool appearance when the 2 colors mix. So I love that overlapping color. And then now I'm going to use a silver gel pen to add in the strings. So first I'm going to draw kind of a string here tying around the elephant's trunk. And then I'll just go ahead and connect the balloons to the trunk. going to go ahead and add some quick color with my Copics. Go ahead and add a little blush to our elephant. It looks really cute. I'm going to go in and draw in a little ground for our elephant to sit on. Just doing this really quickly with a marker, just making it really easy. Just might add a little bit more. My next step is to erase these little tick marks. And then the next thing I want to do is add that same antique look to this panel that's on the Polaroid, because I do want it to look like an old photo. I think that's going to be a neat look. So once I start adding some on, I'm going to take the Polaroid and just place it over and kind of see how it's looking. Decided I wanted to add some more of that look. I'm going to take a slightly darker color and add just a little bit more in. And then I'm going to go one color up darker and just add a little bit more. I'm going to be really careful with this one because it's really dark. So now I'm going to go with the medium one and just try to blend it in just a little bit. So next I'm going to use our birthday tags set. And I love this Wish Big sentiment. I think it's going to be really, really cute with the elephant. And I'm stamping a star on either side of the sentiment. So now I'm ready to adhere my two together, and I'm going to use some liquid glue around the frame. I'm going to place my frame on top. That way I can kind of move it around and decide exactly where I want it to go. I think that looks pretty good, just like that. Now I have all of my note cards, and I need to decide which note card I like this best on. I love that it could work on a lot of these. These ones, this one not as much, these two, but I really like how it looks on the teal, this, but I think I'm going to go for the pink because I really like the bright color. The Wild Rose. I'm going to grab some foam squares. Because this is kind of a simple card, I think it's going to look really nice to have foam adhesive just lifting this Polaroid frame up on my card. Then I'm going to take some of our cloudy lawn trimmings. This is one of our new lawn trimming colors. And I love that it's going to be the color of the elephant. I think it's going to tie everything all together. And that's it, a super cute card. I love the vintagey look. It reminds me kind of like of an old circus photo because it's got the elephant and the balloons and kind of the cool antique look. So these are our new Lawn Fawndamentals note cards. They're made in the USA. They're 100-pound cardstock, so they're really super thick and sturdy. They are a 4-bar size, so it's slightly smaller than a standard size card, which makes them super cute, yet they're still mailable. And we have the envelopes too, which is great. And so we just went ahead and made a cute little card. These fit the Polaroid and the Stitch journaling card die and the new #awesome die really well. So it's great for quick, fun and cute cards that anybody would love, and it's great for making sets of note cards too. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye!